Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another story on Library Time. And as I promised you last time, today we're going to be reading What's Cooking Jamela by Niki Daly. Now remember, Niki Daly also wrote The Herd Boy, which I know you listened to and enjoyed last time. So if you haven't listened to it, you can look for The Herd Boy as well. So this story is about a little girl called Jamela and her chicken. So let's listen along to find out what she gets up to. Gogo and Mama were making plans for Christmas. There's Gogo, her granny, and her mother. I'll make the pudding and you can do a chicken, said Gogo. And Thelma will cook a nice rice and morogo stew, said Mama. Morogo is green spinach leaves, also known as mfino. Good, said Gogo. We'll have a lovely Christmas meal. Jamela knew all about Christmas. It was a time to celebrate Jesus' birthday with a nativity play at school. Christmas also meant Christmas presents and getting together with the family. When Gogo left, Mama said, Come, Jamela, let's go to Mrs. Zeebe and buy one of her young chickens. If we feed it well, it will be nice and fat, ready for Christmas. Mama let Jamela choose the chicken, a nice red one, and Mrs. Zeebe gave them a bag of mealies. We can call her Christmas, said Jamela. Mama laughed. That's a good name for a Christmas chicken, Jamela. And when they got home, Mama showed Jamela how much water and mealies the chicken would need every day. See if she will eat out of your hand, suggested Mama. Nervously, Jamela held out a handful of yellow mealies. Look, Mama, she's eating, squealed Jamela. Now it's time to feed my own chick, said Mama, smiling. Before she went to bed, Jamela asked, How long until Christmas, Mama? When our chicken is nice and fat, then it will be Christmas, replied Mama. Every morning before school, Jamela gave Christmas food and water. And if there was time, she let Christmas sit on her lap and she hand-fed her mealies. That bird just loved to eat. Mama scooped up the chicken droppings, which she used to make fertilizer to feed her marrows. And every day the chicken and the marrows seemed to grow rounder and larger. The marrows are the vegetables that her mother is growing for Christmas. Whenever Gogo visited, she asked, How's our Christmas meal doing? Jamela frowned and said, She's doing fine, Gogo. But she didn't like the way that Gogo licked her lips. Like the lady on the fried chicken TV commercial. And what's Jamela hiding behind her back? Her chicken. She doesn't want Gogo to see how nice and fat Christmas is getting. At school, they did a nativity play. There were angels and African dancers. Jamela played Mary, and she carried baby Jesus on her back, just like a real mama. Vuyo was a very handsome Joseph in his Basotho hat and blanket. And Tabo, Elliot, and Zingi were splendid wise men in their Madiba shirts. They sang Away in a Manger and other Christmas songs to the sound of marimbas and drums. Everyone clapped and sang along. When Jamela and Mama got home, Jamela made a manger for Christmas. A manger is a wooden box that's lifted up off the ground where the hay and the straw is kept for the animals to eat. So she made a box for Christmas to sit on. That's a lovely manger, but I hope you're not growing too fond of that chicken, said Mama. No, Mama, sang Jamela as she ran outside calling, Christmas, chick, chick, come and see what I made for you. Mama was worried when she saw how happy Jamela and the big fat chicken looked, sitting side by side. Just how would she get the chicken away from Jamela and into a pot? Jamela was growing very fond of the chicken and she was making a pet out of it. The day before Christmas, Mrs. Zeeby came around. Jamila, please go and see how Thelma is getting on with the rice and morogo, said Mama. Jamila looked at Mrs. Zeeby's big hands as they rubbed against her apron. They looked ready for some serious business. Stop staring and go now, Jamila, said Mama. Jamila knew it was bad manners to argue with grown-ups, but she didn't like the look of things. Okay, Mama, said Jamila as she set off to Thelma's house, but with Christmas in her arms. So she didn't trust Mrs. Zeeby, so she was taking Christmas with her. Christmas flapped and squawked. She almost flew out of Jamila's arms. Do you want to sell that chicken? Called a lady who was cooking chicken legs for her customers. Jamila shook her head. I corner, and hurried along. Toot toot, a taxi hooted. Startled, Jamila jumped and she let go of Christmas. Laughter filled the taxi rank as the chicken scrambled between legs and disappeared into the crowd. Christmas, chick, chick, wailed Jamila, but Christmas was nowhere to be seen. Gone. Jamila walked slowly home. At the end of her road, she saw Mama and Mrs. Zeeby running towards her. Mama looked worried. Mrs. Zeeby looked cross. How Jamila wished she could grow wings and fly over their heads, down the road and far, far away. She knew she was in trouble. Where's the chicken? Panted Mrs. Zeeby. Jamila flapped her arms weakly. Gone, she said. Oh, Jamila, sighed Mama. Jamila looked sorry, but inside she was smiling. Wherever Christmas was, she was not in anyone's cooking pot. Mama took Jamila firmly by the hand and they walked home. When they passed Archie, Mama greeted him. Molo, Archie, have you seen our chicken? I can't, replied Archie, but if I do, I'll tell it that you ladies are looking for it. Down the road, old Greasy Hands was revving up a car. Greasy Hands is the motor mechanic. He fixes cars. Molo, Greasy Hands, shouted Mama over the noise. Have you seen our chicken? What? Shouted Greasy Hands. Just then a taxi skidded to a stop. The passenger shouted, Hamba! Get out! Get out! The taxi door opened and out jumped a plump red chicken. Christmas fluffed out her feathers, then took off over the pavement and into Miss Styles's hairdressing salon. So she ran into the salon. Quick, quick, shouted Mama. Inside the salon, Christmas was running wild over counters and half-braided ladies. Hairdryers, shampoo, combs, braids, and beads went flying. Mama grabbed a basket and cornered Christmas. So she covered her up with the basket to grab her. Viva! Shouted the ladies when Mama managed to throw a basket over the frantic chicken. Mrs. Zeeby thrust her hands under the basket and pulled out Christmas. Oh, Mama, Mama, please don't let Mrs. Zeeby hurt Christmas, cried Jamila. A chicken is a chicken, snapped Mrs. Zeeby. Christmas is not a chicken, cried Jamila. Christmas is my friend, and you can't eat friends. Mama looked at the ladies for help, but the ladies were all smiling sweetly at Jamila. You can't eat friends, echoed the ladies. Ha! Nonsense, scolded Mrs. Zeeby. On Christmas morning, Jamila helped Mama prepare their Christmas meal. The rich chicken fertilizer had given the marrow soft, succulent flesh. So there they are. The marrow's there. Jamila scooped out the pips and put them aside. Mama filled the hollow with a mixture of nuts, breadcrumbs, butter, and tasty herbs. By the time Gogo and the other family members arrived, mouth-watering smells filled the kitchen. Gogo sniffed. and asked, "Ooh, what's cooking, Jamela?" "It's a surprise, Gogo," Jamela replied. So Gogo thought it was the chicken that she could smell. It was smelling so delicious. After everyone had exchanged presents, Mama invited the family to the table and served the food. Steam danced around Thelma's rice and morogo stew. Mama took the lid off the delicious-smelling baked marrow. Jamila could see Gogo's eyes searching for the chicken, but Gogo didn't say anything. Everyone was happy to be enjoying a Christmas Day meal together. There they've even got their Christmas hats on. After the pudding, Gogo rubbed her tummy. Then, looking at Mama, she said, "Hi, that was better than a 5-star hotel. But, Sisi, where is the chicken?" Jamila jumped up from the table. "I'll show you, Gogo," she said, grabbing Gogo's hand. She led her out into the yard where Christmas was enjoying a tasty feast of the marrow pips. "Look, Gogo, there's the chicken," said Jamila. "Mama has given her to me for a Christmas present. Her name is Christmas." Gogo looked at the beautiful chicken, but she didn't lick her lips. Instead, she hugged Jamila against her full tummy and said, "Well, it looks like a very happy Christmas to me." You bet. Right, I'm sure you enjoyed that story. Give it a thumbs up and follow along next time for more Jamila stories. We're going to find out what Jamila does in Jamila's dress. And there's also another one called Jamila's birthday. So listen along and enjoy.